The hottest topic right now is SAP Public Cloud. And so what we wanted to do today was talk a little bit about maybe some of the reasons why customers are looking to adopt public cloud today. So Lori, would you be able to talk to me about what you're seeing?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think what we've already started to experience over the course of our first day here at Sapphire is our clients are so eager to move forward into the public cloud arena. So it's the innovation, it's the tools, it's the resources, it's the industry practice leads, it's all of these things that we're infusing together, which is really exciting. And I think when you look at that, it's really material to the way that obviously they serve their markets and their clients. So they have to keep pace. So if they're able to start looking at ways to operationalize their business processes or, accelerate revenue growth, or maybe even build more resilient supply chains, what they can do then is focus more on their competitive differentiators. Yes. And that's really important when you start thinking about how you manage your sacred resources so that you get this well-oiled engine machine, right, that's running, and then you can redirect it. And then the other component is just around the implementation services. So we're seeing that those sometimes can be even accelerated or reduced up to 50%, which is really attractive to clients as they start thinking about making this decision.
Wow, that's impressive. So you mentioned two words. The first was a well-oiled machine. Mm. The second was implementation services. Yes. So what does that mean to me? I think of PwC. So Philip, yes. As our public cloud leader for PwC, what has been your experience with public cloud, and how do you see it as a differentiator in the market?
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more with Lori. I think a lot of customers have come to realization that, hey, we don't have to differentiate ourselves in every single process, right? Why does my accounts payable, my T&E process have to be different from my competitors? It's low value add. We're not creating a competitive advantage, so let's go fast. Let's go with a SaaS tool. Right? I think that having that mindset is very important. And if you have that kind of mindset, you're saying, hey, you know what? I think SaaS can work for me and will work for me, and I want to go fast. Public cloud is your answer. And then you pick whatever process you want to differentiate yourself, and you can go best of breed there. But so it's interesting. I think it's important that companies have gotten that mindset to go fast because you got to be all in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I've heard that, I've also heard another term, fit to standard.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So what does that mean to you when you...
Yeah, it's interesting you mention that. So when we implement SAP, you get to talk about change management, right? You get different reactions from people. How important is it? I can tell you implementing public cloud, and I've done a couple of those with our firm, change management have been very important. The reason why is because it's a SaaS tool, your client sometimes has to take no for an answer. But they're willing to take that no for an answer because they want to go standard, right? They want to go fast. They want to embrace that. But that also means you have to change people's day-to-day job, right? And they have to do things differently. So I would say it's very important that you make sure you have your change agents part of the initiative, and help the customers go through that change.
Yep. And so, this is a change. And so, Lori, when you think about change, changes sometimes can be a challenge for many clients when they think about public cloud. So what are you thinking are maybe some of the challenges that you think public cloud would now maybe address for many of our customers who are thinking about embarking on a digital transformation journey and looking to public cloud as the answer?
Yeah, I think the big item that pops out is just the continuous innovation. So when you think about it, stuff that really gets exciting is even what we saw and experienced today with the keynotes and the sessions is just around AI. Right? And you think about machine learning, and you think about all these other things we're doing with RPA technology. So to Philip's point is there's so many other nuances that our clients have to pay attention to meet their boardroom goals, right? There's so many other priorities. Mm-hmm. So when you think about public cloud, if you have the technology and the trusted relationships and others that you put in your ecosystem, mm-hmm. you get that continuous innovation. And then the change management is essential, which also comes with some of that progression that happens with a cloud mindset. So some of it too is just getting that enthusiasm in that organization to understand directionally, this is going to elevate us. This is going to take us to that next level, depending on whatever priority initiative it is that they've kind of declared is the next big thing.
So Philip, we talk about specific market segments and industries for public cloud. So tell me, I think there's a couple of myths when it comes to large enterprise versus maybe this notion of mid-market for public cloud. What's your perspective on that?
Yeah. Interesting question. Thanks for asking. I think the first myth is you hear customers say, well, public cloud, that only works for small customers, US only, right? The answer is absolutely no. I love telling the story. We had 2 go lives in 2019. I think that's as early of an adopter as you can be. But one of those companies was a publicly traded asset and wealth manager, right? So first of all, publicly traded, they were operating in about 35 countries, and we went live with the public cloud, and that was in 2019, and they're still running strong. So I think that myth has definitely changed, or we can debunk it. I think in the early days, there were challenges around what SAP used to call localization or country activation. And I think one significant change SAP has made, if there is that one or a handful of exotic countries you're operating in, you as a customer, maybe working with your partner like ourselves, you now have the ability to activate that country, so it's not a showstopper anymore, like maybe it has been in the past. So clearly, we've come a long way. And so I don't think there's a case where it can be too big for public cloud. In fact, we also see very large companies, and that's maybe a bit of a different scenario, running specific business units on the public cloud, while there may be private cloud at the core, at the hub. They have different parts of the business for various reasons running on public cloud. So meaning it can also coexist with other solutions. So that's one. Second one, maybe you hear, is we have customers that say, hey, we're looking at a SaaS ERP, and we know there's some competitors out there, and they say, well, SAP doesn't really have one, right? The answer is no, it has. It's called public cloud, right? And that's what I said earlier. If you're a customer who wants to embrace SaaS, who's ready to go standard, fit to standard, don't fit to your requirements only, that is the right solution. And I think what both SAP and PwC do together is we can help you make a determination whether public cloud works. I think that's an important aspect to note here. It doesn't work by default. It's a bit of an exercise, and SAP can help you run reports. We can come in as well with our experience that we have, and we can help you make a high confidence decision as to whether you think it'll work or not. But at least you should ask the question. Don't exclude it by default. So I think those are 2 important things I want to make sure everyone knows.
That's fantastic.
Makes sense.
That's fantastic. Yes. Any other closing comments, Lori, before we wrap up here?
Yeah, I think one thing to take away from this is I'm really excited about our collaboration. Mm-hmm. And I think that when we step away from this event, the best word I can describe is we have an electrifying opportunity. So we're all going to leave with so much information and resources and energy. And in terms of the way that we'll continue to collaborate and work together, I'm really excited about what that looks like in the next few weeks. Yes. And with the creation of our new public cloud team in North America, we are all in. We are very excited about this. So thank you.